George back for it. Battle there. Mailloux looks to send it through center ice. Kyrou has to turn and go back after it. Is there enough seam for him only? People are looking for just places to stand right now as Kyrou holds onto it off the draw. Back to passage with a quick chance. Traffic in front of the net. Scores!
Blues picking up a rebound as they're staying all around the net. There's Kyrou with a nice play back to the left point. Pastajov with the shot. Del Blues.
Owen works it towards the slot. Just poked away for Mailloux. A race forward here. Edward has a few steps there on Sikic. Del Mastro steps up there using that big body. The Knights look to cut him off. Winterton there. Moved ahead by Sikic. Edward goes cross ice. Vilmanis tries to break in the right wing. Rolled off his stick. The Knights take it away. Dickinson reverses it around to Mailloux. Mailloux goes back. The veteran to the youngster Dickinson. Humphrey dropped it between the legs out of the reach of Crane. Mailloux gets to center ice. Took a bump from Ritchie. And now as the puck bounces around, wants to spring a man on the right wing side. That was Voigt. Voigt plays it down low towards Pastajov, trying to free up some room away from Mailloux. Pastajov goes one way, then the other. Del Blues takes it free. Del Blues dropped it off to Mast. Mast tied up there by Federkow. Julian hit along the boards by Pastajov. Pastajov trying to force the turnover. Mailloux sends it to the right point. Mast kept it in. Down low to Pastajov. Trying to set it out in front of the net. Another chance there. Voigt was tied up. Puck still loose. Bouncing around there. Bowman made another save.
Here's the opportunity as the Sting buzzed around the London net. Bowen with a couple of saves there. Had the big mid on the crease. One was a 6-1 loss.
Another chance there. I don't know if Bowen saw much of it. Off the stick of Kyrou wide of the net. Del Mastro looks to step up. Burke is down in a lot of difficulty. No penalty as a shot taken there. And it's Mailloux. Quickly cross ice. There's Barkey looking to center. Comes over here. Chance by Winterton. Gaudreau made the stop, but it stayed alive. Cowan. There's Mailloux. Mailloux scored that big power play goal on Sunday. Turned into the winner. The winner was Winterton that had the empty netter. This is Winterton. Tried to center out in front of the net, right through the blue paint. Cleared around the boards. Cooper Way gets it to the line, not out. Winterton. Cross ice. Way once again. Knights looking to move it quickly here. Dillingham trying to break that up along with Way. Burke comes over to help out. Instead it comes loose. Little 2-on-1 down low chance. Pass was behind Winterton a little bit, or the Knights could have had a glorious opportunity. Mailloux, cross ice feed. Barkey has to take it off the boards. Barkey looks to center out in front of the net. Bouncing around there. Gaudreau's got it in there somewhere. And finally held on to, I believe even one of the London players may have covered it. And look out.
Yeah, Mailloux was in there with a little poke on Gaudreau, and that gets things going.
Mailloux and Dillingham. Fans are cheering. I don't realize that Dillingham's right behind them.
Mailloux will have a few words for the official on the way by. Here's the little poke right there with 24, and then
there's you see that shot.
Yeah, there's the shot by Mailloux, and then Dillingham in the box. We'll have
quickly and said no, it's just a 2.
Yeah, there's the first one on Kyrou. There's the one on and Humphrey went awkward.
Sting win that one. Del Blues. Voigt. Right to center. Goes back here to Kyrou. Slap pass. Goes off a leg. It comes back out here to Del Blues. Del Blues working the left point. Voigt walks in. Tried to go upstairs, but airmail. Del Blues sets it up. The Knights set up the box here now. The Sting try to break it down. Voigt off a stick. Kyrou. Del Blues. Sting using Voigt as a quarterback in that corner. Now they spread it out. Del Blues over here. They went off the stick of Mailloux. Voigt. Cross ice. Quick chance. Nice stop there as Bowen denies Pastajov on the quick one-timer on the cross ice feed. Dillingham. Now what do we got here? We got Dillingham and Humphrey. And we've got Sim and Felak. We got 2 little scraps. This is the main event as Dillingham swinging away here.
Dillingham was not a happy camper with Logan Mailloux, and now he is equally upset with Ryan Humphrey, and he really wants to get the crowd going, does the captain. Humphrey and Dillingham will both go to the bench. Here's the play along the boards. There's and then they wanted
They just talked and
yeah,
away
they
they
just
went.
talked the way they went, and then to your left, that was Felak and landed
For the fight. Voigt. Chopped down. Burke plays it around the boards. Mailloux lines it up, chops at it there. Dillingham, as to say, he's in the box with a fighting major along with Humphrey. Cairo for Del Balbaluz. Voigt. As Del Mastro plays it in, look out. Off the end boards. Bowen had to be careful with that. Sikic leans on Mailloux. Passage-off trying to come away with it. Passage-off, drop back there to Cairo. Cairo wrists it out in front of the net, still bouncing in there, and Bowen able to pounce on that as well. We've got a penalty coming out of this. I think Mailloux was a little too aggressive. Referee still pointing at Mailloux, and Mailloux's still going at Passage-off, I believe it is.
Passage-off has lost the bucket too, and Mailloux is still poking away.
Passage-off sort of turns and gives Mailloux a smile. They called Mailloux right away for being too aggressive out in front.
To yak at each other over on the far side of the ice.
We saw Mailloux this year end up with a 5-game suspension on a play where there was traffic in front of Bowen, and it was Porter Martoni started pounding on, was thrown out of the game and got 5 games out of it. But in this case, with all the stuff that's gone on at both, you wonder how that one gets called, for example, and especially if you're watching it in London, you're probably thinking, why that one compared to everything else? But at some point, Al Letang said that before the series, the coaches were told, out of these scrums, they're going to take one
they're
guy.
They're going to take one, exactly. I was just about to say that was the pre-series period. Passage-off and Del Balbaluz, 3 apiece. Nola Dillingham and Ryan Humphrey had a bit of a bout just after that.
The center ice, Toosting after it. Way and Sikic. Way trying to center it, but it was broken up. Dillingham made sure that Anderson was onside. Dickinson gets there first. Now Anderson working through some traffic, sends it down low. Center there, it comes back out here to Ritchie. He's got Dillingham. Dillingham with a shot, and by goaltender Bowen for a little pass. Del Balbaluz dumps it into the corner. Edward hands it off to Mailloux. There's that flip play by the Knights, but only got it to the blue line, kept in by Ritchie. Ritchie looking to spin away from Mailloux. Ritchie plays it down low, Passage-off behind the net. Quick little pass out in front of the net. Tried to hit Voigt, he sidestepped the check as Ritchie walks in. His chance, Bowen holds on to that. As play at both ends of the rink here in
with back-to-back games Tuesday and Wednesday as we get a look at the opportunity here. But with the back-to-back games, he said we're going to have to roll 4.
And Winterton on the ice for the Knights. Shot blocked, clear. Burke battling with Mailloux. Now Mailloux over to Barkey. Back up top, Mailloux feeds it over to Winterton. Winterton waiting, his shot deflected by Dillingham wide of the net. Knights get it back. They'll play it back to the line where Mailloux sets up again. Logan Mailloux holding there, goes cross ice, little pass out in front of the net, it's in. The Knights score on the power play. The puck.
But the Knights will remain 5-on-4 as you see the puck kind of bounce around a little bit and by goal.
Wide there, Knights trying to set up the power play. Here's Mailloux with a shot wide of the net. In the middle, Del Balbaluz thought about going for a skate, lost the handle for a moment, and at least got it out to center. Barkey away from Sikic. Mask looks to break that up. Winterton comes over. Knights move it back to the point. Mailloux moving to his right. Mailloux in the circle. Cross ice just off the stick of McHugh. He couldn't control it cleanly. Cowan is parked out in front of the net. Barkey drops it back to Winterton. Trying to set up Mailloux. It bounced over his stick. Cowan up top. Winterton. His high shot over the net. Theater, but the Knights get a power play out of this. Mailloux shot was knocked down with bodies going to the front of the net. Mailloux plays it back there to Winterton, back into Mailloux. Mailloux shot along the ice. Gaudreau had made the first save, then it's airborne, it's behind the net. Cowan tried to knock it out halfway through the most recent London power play. Mast not allowing the Knights in. Del Mailloux back the other way with a chance, trying to go stick side. Sends it back to the point. Mailloux sets up. Mailloux shot, traffic. Bettercow was looking for the deflection. It's knocked wide. You see the depth of the Knights at times. Out there fresh and they get a chance. The Sting going a little bit of a shorter bench right now. Another chance there by Mailloux, blocked by Voigt. Limpar Lance tried to clear. Knights looking to move it right back in. Mailloux feeds Sim. Sim has a little bit of room to cut in. He's tied up there by Fisher. And we're going to see another penalty as he was hooked up. That all started. A little bit of lapses on the defensive zone. Look at the room he has.
Here's a play. All kinds of room coming down that left side. And then Fisher has to kind of corral him there.
Dickinson after it. Dickinson, a little bit of interference there, but the Sting able to move it out. Dillingham steps up to break up the play. Dillingham continues on with a chance, and that's deflected over the net. Under a minute to go here in the period. Mailloux sets it up. You see the time left on the Fisher minor. Del Mailloux was able to slow up that play a little bit. Mailloux will slow it right down. Now Dickinson cuts back to the inside. Dickinson dumped on the middle by Del Mailloux, and he sends it down the ice. Fisher races across back to 5-on-5. Wholesale changes here for the Sting in the final 24 seconds. Broken up by Voigt. Voigt had it played off his stick by Dickinson.
To repeat with his hometown team this year.
Speaking of Bulldogs, the captain of last year's team, former Sting Colton Cameron, rumor has it he's in the rink tonight.
Yeah, injuries.
Which, if he's watching on TV, would really be surprised if I just mentioned that. But right. No, I'm told he's in the rink tonight.
Injuries cut his season short last year, unfortunately.
He's still able to get out there and raise the J. Ross Robertson Cup as the OHL champions and turn it back. Voigt cuts across the grain. Pass was behind Del Mailloux, and Mailloux sends Barkey away at center ice. Fisher back after it. Dillingham lining up Cowan. Centered cross ice. Edward wrists it in there. Gaudreau kicks it into the corner. Winterton scoops it up. Winterton tries to get back to the inside. Looked to play it to the right point. It came out. And Burke, just a difficult spot for Fisher to handle. Fisher, though, able to play it behind the net. Burke. Philmanis. Here's Fisher. Wrists it in there. That's kicked out with the right pad of Bowen. Burke in the top of the circle. Limpar Lance. Fisher. Dillingham. Gets it in there, knocked down in front of the net. It's still loose right in the slot. Back at the blue line. Dillingham feeds Fisher. Fisher goes cross ice, drop there. Dillingham with the blast. Just one. Rebound, scores!
But Marcus Limpar Lance was there to deposit it and come off the
one. Sent down the ice by the...
Yeah, they had tables set up in the restaurant above the rink earlier. I'm not sure whether those are for after the game or before the game or what have you, but a lot of the players here in the rink.
They did a little meet and greet before the game as well. Now Ritchie's tripped. Sting argue that one. Crane scores.
Ben Gaudreau was 3 seconds or so, minute and a half, after the Sting had made it 4-1. Crane with the goal assisted.
Sikic dumps it in. Blocker down by Bowen. Passage-off and Sikic trying to dig it out of the traffic. Mailloux there. Passage-off behind the net. Drops it there. Mass with a chance. And knocked away from the front of the goal. Right around the front of the net. They're still hanging out there. Back there. Mailloux shot. Bouncing around. McGurn looking for the rebound. It's kept away from the front of the net. Winterton after it. Winterton sends it up top. Cowan's chance. Blocked out in front. Dillingham with the block and the Sting clear it. Bowen plays it there to Mailloux. Winterton leaves it for Barkey. Cowan at the line. Mailloux couldn't keep it in. McGurn. Up to Winterton. Winterton trying to work his way in. Winterton spinning around a couple times. Gives it to Mailloux. Sends it off to Barkey. Barkey, cross ice feed. Winterton wanted the one-timer. It was in too tight. Now behind the net. Cowan outlets to Barkey. Up top, Mailloux with the quick chance. That's blocked. Now a race forward here. Burke against Mailloux. Burke breaking in here short-handed. Burke trying to drive to the net, knocked off his stick at the last moment. Voigt hands it off to Passagov. Passagov looked to drop it back to Mailloux. Broken power play. 24 seconds remaining in it. Kyrou. Passagov, quick chance. And Bowen there to make the stop. And then
There he goes.
I think the Knights feel some momentum there, and the ice shifting a little bit on that last play. The net is empty. It rolls down. This will be no icing on this one. Mailloux walking in here. His shot steered away by Gaudreau. London net is empty, down by a pair. Lots of time remaining here in the third period by OHL standards. Diaco out there to Winterton. Winterton wrist tipped out in front, broken up by... Now a chance here for Limpar-Lance. Limpar-Lance after it, backhands it out in front of the net. Diaco broke it up before Voigt could get there. Passagov trying to break it up, 2:40 to go. If you're in London, the clock's ticking, try to take advantage of that. Passagov look for Mailloux. McGurn brings it back in. He'll play it down low. Del Mastro off the boards and hit, hang back. They'll have one player up high. You see Passagov looking to put some pressure on here, and he certainly does make a little bit of a mess of things for the Knights, but now Cowan carries it out. Cowan ahead of Diaco. Moves it back out to center. 1:50 to go in regulation time. 5-3. The Sting lead the Knights. Stro over here to Mailloux. Winterton sets up. Up top. Now another chance wide of the net by Barkey. Del Mastro calmly plays it over to Passagov, who clears it out before dodging a hit from him to dig it free. Mailloux up there to Barkey. Barkey looking for a little slap pass out in front of the net. Centered right there. Moved into the corner by Limpar-Lance. And Cooper Way sitting right at the blue. The Sting push it back out. We'll let the crowd...